This is the 1975 headlining Glastonbury on the Pyramid stage, and this is my friend Gabi, who is their percussionist. She is a real deal session musician, not only playing with the 1975, but also Declan McKenna, Perrie Edwards from Little Mix. She's also worked with Olly Alexander, Bastille. So I wanted to sit down and have a conversation about how she got to where she is today and what advice she would give to aspiring players who would also love to be session musicians.
The first question I always have, like whenever I meet someone like in your position, is like, how did you get the gig? Like, how do you get the gig as the, to join the 1975?
So that came around, like, honestly, by chance almost. When I was 19, I went to music school in London.
Yeah.
That's 12 years ago now, which is mental. But I did. I was there studying at the same time as Polly, who also plays for the 75.
Right, okay.
All like acquaintances at uni, sort of had some of the same friends, but we were never like really close or anything. So then fast forward 10 years, I'd gone on to like do my career and Polly had gone on to do what she was doing, and I'd seen that she'd started working for the 75, which was obviously amazing. And then when it came to the point of them needing a new percussionist, they were like gathering recommendations. Like, I didn't know any of this was going on.
Yeah.
And Polly had put my name in the mix. Guess they did a bit of like, Instagram stalking and stuff. And then, honestly, I just had a random email one Monday evening from Jamie Odell being like, would you be interested in a session gig with the 1975? And I was like, yeah. Like, there was no context. Or like, was it one show? Was it a tour? Was it a TV show? Like, they'd had someone else in on percussion. They basically needed someone ASAP.
Yeah.
Because in 5 weeks' time, basically, they were going to South America.
Yeah.
To this huge 5-week stint. We need you to start in 5 weeks. There's no rehearsals.
Yeah.
The campaign started. We'll send you all of the songs and like all the like live recordings. Are you okay to just figure it out?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, sure, that's fine.
I think that's the story so often. It's like you have to just be ready, even if you don't feel ready. You just you have to take these chances, say yes to everything you can, and then that can just figure it out, which you did.
Yeah, totally. And I've always been like such an avid believer in just like trusting in your ability. If something feels right, say yes, and then figure the rest out later.
Definitely. Because in 1975 you play sort of a percussion kit, right? Not like a conventional drum kit. Had you done that sort of gig before?
No, never. Honestly, I'd never played. I've done like bits of percussion in the studio. Yeah. But never in my life had I played like an actual rig, like as a percussionist on a show, like on stage. Totally alien to me. Even when they sent me the rig down, like working out how the hell to set up, let alone play it, was like.
So they sent you all the instruments to like the whole thing basically. Yeah.
So they sent me like all the congas and the bongos and stuff, like all the stuff that they had already had. Yeah. I've since added to it with some of my notes, like additions. It took a minute to get my head around it. Yeah. I actually took a conga lesson in that period of learning as well, because I was like so worried that I was doing it wrong.
The parts that you play, did you just come up with them yourself, or did they have like parts that they wanted you to play that were already written out?
It was a bit of both, to be honest. A lot of it was stuff that was already on the tunes, so that they sort of wanted me to emulate but sort of have fun with. Yeah. And then some of it was like total free reign of like, we want something here, do what you think will be good, And that's part of the reason why straight off the bat I just absolutely fell in love with the gig, because having that creative freedom, it's not common as a session player that you get that free reign to be like, just have fun and do what feels right. And now I guess I'm a fully fledged percussionist.
That's become your niche.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously still love drums, of course.
Yeah, because you played drums before for Declan McKenna, who I love his music. You were also on like the recordings and stuff for that, right? So it wasn't just a live gig, it was like a whole, you're basically in the band sort of gig.
Yeah, I feel like I owe my entire career to Declan because I would not be here without being given that opportunity. But I started working for Declan in 2016 and up until when I left in 2023. So we went on like this mad journey together, like around the world. I played drums on his second album, Zeros, which is
Brilliant album.
still such a fond memory
Yeah,
in my life.
sure.
We recorded it in Nashville in 2 weeks, which was sick.
And how did you get the Declan McKenna gig? How did that come about?
That came about, again, back when I was at music school. And it's so weird because I love music school.
Yeah.
If you go there for the right reasons.
Yeah.
No one ever thinks, oh, they've got a degree in music, they must be good.
Yeah.
Having a degree in music doesn't mean you're good, unfortunately. If you go there to network and meet people, then you can actually get some really good things out
That's
of it.
like the main, for me as well, that was the main thing I got.
The whole point of going to music school is really to play music.
Yeah.
Not necessarily to get good grades.
To get stuck in, meet people, like learn quick and fast. Like when I went to BIM, there was students who like treated it almost like a normal school where they just turn up to classes and they do the homework and they get good grades, but they weren't out at the gigs at the weekend and they weren't in bands. And they were missing this opportunity. And then at the end, they've got their degree, but then they don't do anything in music.
Yeah, I think there's so much to be learned of like just going out there and doing it. Going and playing some shit gigs and like having a bit of character building and stuff. But yeah, so the Declan thing, sorry to come back to the question, was actually through the careers like team at ICMP, which is where I studied. Because Declan was still really young at the time and he'd just signed a major label deal and they wanted to put bands together for him that were like young and sort of in a similar boat, sort of thing. Because he was 17, so he was so young. So they wanted like some music school cats, basically. So I was 21 and did a couple of the like audition rounds and stuff. And got the gig,
Perfect.
and then I had no idea what to expect when I got it. Like Declan at the time wasn't anyone. It was pre-first album.
Okay, yeah. So you really didn't know, this could have just been something that lasted like 6 months and you didn't,
That's it, yeah. And I was like, was it one gig? Like, I didn't know what to expect. And I mean, it led me to the next 7.5 years of my life, which is honestly mental.
The last thing I want to ask you is, like, there'll be lots of people watching who would like love to be in, like, doing the sort of gigs you're doing, like living the sort of lifestyle you're living. Like, what advice would you give to someone if they're like, a teenager learning their instrument? Like, how can they best like try and get into a similar world?
Yeah. I mean, the main thing that I've always taken with me is to just take every opportunity that you can, always just say yes to everything. If someone's like, oh, I need a drummer for this, can you do it? Yeah, sure. Oh, would you mind helping me record this song? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Like, meeting those people, making those connections, and like getting that experience. Because you never know where like these chance encounters can take you.
You don't know which gigs are going to lead to the next thing.
Absolutely.
So you kind of have to say yes to all of them, right?
Yeah, totally. And it's so important to just get yourself out there as a player, be it jam nights, getting in touch with local artists that maybe they want a drummer to play some of their headline shows with, or things like that. Just putting yourself out there. And sadly now we do live in a world where content as well makes a big difference.
Yeah, almost having like a CV on your like Instagram.
Instagram is a CV, massively. Making sure you're posting videos of you like playing gigs and all that sort of stuff.
Like you were saying, like the 75 gig came basically from a connection you made way back, but the thing that probably clinched it is then they were like snooping around your Instagram and saw that you can play and that you were like the right fit.
Totally.
So like they're both kind of important, having the connections and also having that kind of business card of a social media page.
Massively. I think having that content for people to see and like keeping up to date with it.
Yeah.
Image as well is a massive thing, and how you portray yourself online.
Definitely.
Is a really important thing to take into account.
Yeah.
Honestly, just making as many connections as you can. It's literally the best thing you can do.
Being friendly.
Yeah, be a nice person. Don't be a dick. That's probably the number one bit of advice. Don't be a dick.
Well, thank you so much for talking to me. Where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on Instagram. I also do a little bit on TikTok. It's at Gabrielle Marie King. Yeah, find me there.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks for having me. Loved it.
So a massive thank you to Gabi for taking the time to chat with me. It was super interesting to learn all about what she's been up to, and to let me know down in the comments about the things we talked about today about music school and how to become one of these players who works with massive artists.